Hey, it's that time again. Welcome to another episode of the Creating Legacy Through Community Service Conversations. My name is Sophia Chu, and I am your host. Today, we will be interviewing Mr. Wayne Ramakan Sr., a Jamaican that lived in Kingston, St. Thomas, Mandeville, migrated to New York, lived in Atlanta, lived in Baltimore, and finally settled in Metro Detroit. Of course, we're going to ask him about his story. How did he get all them places? Ended up coming to Metro Detroit and decided to make here his home. He's also going to tell us a little bit about his interactions with the Caribbean community here and why he taught his children to be grounded in the Caribbean heritage. So we ask you to hang around for this conversation, share our stories, like and comment on the stories, and also subscribe to the channel. So until next time, have yourself a wonderful day. Should be good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're here again for another Creating Legacy Through Community Service conversation. I'm your host, Sophia Chu. And we're here to chit chat with a friend of mine. I think he's been in Michigan for a while, but I only met him. How long have we known each other?
9
years.
Yeah,
going up on 10.
Just over 10.
Yeah.
2016.
Right. So we're going to talk a little bit about who he is, where he's from, why he decided to stay here, what his family life is like, and then some other little throw-in stuff. So I'm going to ask you to stick and stay. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, like, comment, and share. And if you would like to be a part of this conversation, please reach out to us at watchusgrowmi@gmail.com. That's an email address, by the way. So welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for gracing our table with your blessings today. First, we're going to start out with you telling our audience members your name, what part of the world you're from, and some fond childhood memories or memories that stick in your mind that make you always have a smile on your face when you think of your homeland.
Okay. Well, first of all, my name is Wayne Ramakan,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a senior, by the way. I'm a junior. And I migrated to the United States on December 31st, 1981.
Mm-hmm.
Landed in New York at 12:02 a.m. January
Wow.
1st, 1982.
Okay.
Start a brand new year.
Yeah. So where did you come from? You didn't tell these great people where you're from.
From Jamaica.
Okay. What part of Jamaica?
Kingston, Jamaica. But I adopted Mandeville as my home because that's where I went to high school.
Okay.
So this is the years that I would say my formative years.
Okay.
So those are the years that I have most of my best memories.
In Mandeville.
In Mandeville.
Okay.
Those high school teenage years.
So did your family move from Kingston to Mandeville for school, or
No.
just you? Because sometimes they send you away
Right.
for school for specific reasons.
Right. No,
Okay.
I have family living in Mandeville,
Okay.
and didn't really like the schools in Kingston per se.
Mm-hmm. I'm a Kingstonian. You have to
Right,
be careful where you say about the school you're in.
right. One of my brothers went to Kingston College, and
Okay. I have a couple brothers that went to Casey.
Casey, right? So he used to come Casey, and Casey had my attention,
Mhm.
but the Carter College, the brother school, had my attention more.
Got it.
And so since I had family living in Mandeville, it was the perfect scenario for me to move to Mandeville to go to high school.
Plus, you wanted to chart your own course. You don't want to follow the same school that your brother went to.
Exactly.
Kind of makes sense.
It was the same purple and white, so.
Yeah. It's my favorite color, purple that is.
Right.
So tell us fond memories.
Yeah, so,
since you're from both places, tell me about Kingston
Right.
and then tell me about Mandeville.
Okay, so let me rewind this a little bit. So in the Kingston in general, before I was born in Harborview,
Mhm.
but my family from St. Thomas,
Mhm.
and also Lawrence Tavern.
Okay.
And so my micro years
Mhm.
before my eyes were at my knees, I was in Lawrence Tavern.
Okay.
And then from there we moved to Kingston.
Okay. Okay.
So that's kind of the trajectory. But while in Lawrence Tavern in those years, we were like about 10 acres. So everything you wanted, the only thing we went to the store for was rice, sugar, cornmeal. Everything else we had, everything, butter, milk, everything was provided by the land. So we went to the store for those little necessities.
Right.
So growing up as kids, especially when school was out, we could get up, have breakfast, and stay on the land until it was dark and come back in, and we didn't have to go anywhere. So we had springs, you name it. So how I learned to swim, when I say fond memory, how I learned to swim, our cousins would cook the food, put it in a floatable device, and put it in the deep. If you want to eat, come get it. And so that's how I learned to swim.
That's right. But I either drown or I've been starving. But not sure which one.
And the one that I did, so that's how we all learned to swim. So,
Yeah.
So those are fond memories.
Okay.
Fond memories.
Right.
And fond
I
memories
would never
being
forget that.
Yeah.
I don't know if
yeah.
I would class it as fond.
Well,
but it'll be a memory nonetheless.
Yeah, right. And fun in the sense that you always have family. We're a big family,
Right.
and you have so many cousins, everyone coming. So every day was like just a fun time.
Okay.
And just scouting the land.
All right. Tell us a little bit about Mandeville, and then I have a deviated question to ask you.
So Mandeville, I attended school in Mandeville, like I said, high school, and my older brother went to Manchester High. I went to DeCarter College, and those are the years when you get to know yourself and start to see girls and, and all of that high school years. So those were the years where I was able to get to discover myself.
Okay.
But while in Mandeville, one of my eldest brother, he was already in politics.
Okay.
And so, helping campaign and all those things.
Very nice.
And that's where I got the desire to be involved in some politics, more or less.
Got it.
And even at the point where he was mentoring me to even run for office.
Okay.
In Mandeville. So Mandeville was my development years that kind of shaped my life.
Got it. So you mentioned your name is Ramakan.
Right.
Tell me a little bit of history behind your name.
Okay.
Because some people used to certain names.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. So
you're not a brown or a white.
Right. Right. So long story short, my father was from Kashmir. Well, his father from what is now Pakistan, and his mother was from what is Kashmir, India. So he went over to Kashmir, India, met his wife, and my grandmother, so my dad's mother, was pregnant with him, but she was working in an Indian vessel, and the original name is Rahimat Khan.
Okay.
And so she worked an Indian vessel. And the story that I was told.
I like the way you flipped it up.
So let me put it this way: I was told.
Right.
I can only go by what my older ones told me. That the ship left India with her on it. She was pregnant, en route to Jamaica, and she had no way of getting back to India. Don't ask me how. So she ended up in Jamaica, pregnant with them, and then they come from a Hindu religion. The name Rahimat Khan. And so when, my dad now, growing up, and at the age of, I think, 19, he became a Christian.
Okay.
And at this point, he decided he wanted to not have that Hindu heritage in his name. So he changed the name from Rahimat Khan to Ramokan.
Got it.
And that's how I ended up with the name Ramokan.
Okay.
He wanted a Christian name.
Yeah. I mean, you're everybody entitled to make changes for their lives, whatever works best for them, right?
Right.
Okay. So we're leaving Jamaica now, and we're moving to New York.
Right.
Okay. So, what was it like in December coming from Jamaica to New York?
It was an experience. Let me tell you that. So, first of all, I was met at the airport. My mom went to the airport with. I wore a suit first of all when I got from Jamaica to New York.
What airlines?
Jamaica Airlines.
See, you
Air
have to
Jamaica,
wear a
Air
suit.
Jamaica,
Air Jamaica. You have to wear a suit.
Air Jamaica all the way. And then when I landed at JFK, Yeah, with JFK. She met me with earmuffs, gloves, scarf, and a jacket. And I walked out there, and I was cold. I was so cold. And haven't seen the snow or ice in my life before, and going through all that. And then it was raining as well. So it was miserable and cold.
Nasty.
Yes.
How long were you in New York for?
6 months.
6 months.
Yes, Pace University is where she went, so that's the college I was supposed to go to. And I didn't last long. New York was so unfriendly. I remember one incident that and I'm not saying this as that it's just unfriendly in general, this is my experience.
Right.
Why to me that it was unfriendly
Right.
is I went out to shovel snow, and the neighbor was there, and I said hi to the neighbor. And he looked at me and he just turned back and walked away. Not even a hello in return.
Right.
And while, down in Manhattan, going to school and all that. And you say hi to people. On campus, I had people look at you like, crazy. And so that was a culture shock for me.
Okay.
Because coming from friend to friend in Jamaica.
How old were you?
I was 19.
19, okay.
Coming and saying hello to everybody, and I don't want to say I'm naive, but that's the way you're raised. Just say
But
hello,
we were naive. It was a new culture you're coming to, so you're naive to the culture.
To the culture, that's
right.
True. That's true. And
sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. And so because of that experience, I said, no, I don't like New York. I want to get out of here.
Okay.
And so my grandmother in Baltimore, and made arrangements for me to go be in Baltimore with her and Morgan State University because I couldn't take New York.
Yeah. I don't do New York well either.
No,
I'll do like a day trip or something, but I have family that live in New York and New Jersey. I just in and out. That's me. I can't. I'm a Midwest kind of a girl.
Yeah, I love to visit. We have a lot of family there. As a matter of fact, when I was living in Baltimore, just about every weekend we were in New York because we love, all of that.
The mix up.
Right. It was like 2.5, 3 hour drive. So every weekend almost we were in New York. But
I need to interview myself one day and tell you all about my New York experiences. But we're not talking about me today. We're talking about you. So how long were you in Baltimore?
From 1982 to 1993.
Okay. And then you moved from Baltimore
to Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. And then when did you leave Atlanta?
1996.
And you went to?
Detroit.
All right. So why Detroit? Now that you've gone from cold, from a little warmer to like warm.
Right.
And then you come to Detroit. Why?
Right. So my mom had by this time now moved from New York to Detroit.
Got it. Okay.
And she was always trying to get me to move to Detroit, even before I was in Baltimore. And I believed, let me rephrase. I believed all the negative press.
The propaganda.
And the propaganda about Detroit. And you could not get me to come to Detroit to save my life. That's how I ended up in Atlanta. Because I had a business, and my business in Baltimore, I had an opportunity where I could go to Atlanta, expand my business. So it was a perfect excuse. Mom, I can't come to Detroit, Atlanta, because I'm expanding the business, so on and so forth.
Okay.
But when I got to Atlanta, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't put down roots. And it was a good experience. Don't get me wrong. It was successful and all of that. But you can know when you don't have roots down.
Right.
And my roots just wasn't going deep.
Right.
And I got a call from a friend in Baltimore that a church is looking for a pastor. And saying, okay, what does it have to do with me because I'm not a pastor?
Right.
And long story short, that was the reason I came to Detroit.
Okay.
Because it was the pastor church in Detroit that
Got it.
I didn't know how that came about.
Okay.
But when I got to Detroit, and this is a funny story. I have to highlight this. We were in the U-Haul. My wife at the time, she was sitting in the passenger part of the truck, and the truck was loaded, 26-foot U-Haul coming up. And do you know right in Center 5 where the Speedway refinery is? Right at the border of Detroit and Taylor, coming that bridge. Coming up that bridge, and I felt like a dump truck dumped some stuff on me. So I looked to her to ask her, do you feel that? She was in the process of looking at me to ask me the very same question, do you feel that? It felt like a ton of bricks falling on our shoulders. And that's when it became real to us, like, okay, now we know why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was, and you know, I won't get to that part of it, but it became clear in that moment what that was about
Right.
and why we
The
were
transition.
here. Right, the transition.
Okay. All right.
And it's the best move I ever made.
Okay.
Absolute best move.
So I want you to tell us why it was the best move. I know there are gradients to what best is, right?
Right.
But when did you figure out it was the best move to make for you and your family? How soon after you were here? Seeing that you did not believe, seeing that you've heard all this propaganda and negative things about Detroit.
Right.
What was that flip or that, what made the difference?
That's a very good question. I wish I could put that into words. I'm going to try my best to put it in words.
Okay.
So let me preface that by saying, coming to Detroit and seeing the lights and seeing that downtown Detroit was a ghost town.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like 5 o'clock it just shut down
Mm-hmm.
and all of that. Nightlife was really not my thing, so it really didn't matter. But it's just how knowing New York, knowing Baltimore, and how Detroit was just like shut down and like they closed the door and everyone go home.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I interact with people and move around Detroit, I got to find out how friendly Detroit was,
Mm-hmm.
how inclusive Detroit was,
Mm-hmm.
how
you can tell somebody hi and they say hi back.
there you go, exactly, exactly. And the word that comes to mind also is transparency. When I talk with someone, you not like they tell their life story, but there was a sense of transparency and honesty about Detroit. That's like I like here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a weird thing to say,
Mm-hmm.
but to me, that meant a lot to me because as a, person also in ministry,
Mm-hmm.
I was able to reach people because of their honesty and their transparency, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
And so I didn't have to read minds.
Okay.
In New York, you had to read minds. In Baltimore, to a degree, you had to read minds. In Atlanta as well. But in Detroit, I didn't have to read minds.
Hmm.
I don't know how the better way to say it.
I mean, your experience is your experience, right?
Mhm.
So now we're gonna come to the Caribbean side of it. When did you realize or get plugged into the Caribbean community here in Metro Detroit? What was were you out seeking for it? Did you happen to bump into something that was going on, or what woke you up to the Caribbean community here?
That is like a two-phase. Two-phase being my mom was best friends with Joyce LLE.
Okay.
And so because of Joyce and my mom, I got introduced to the Caribbean community.
Okay.
And you know her history, Joyce.
Mm-hmm.
And so, all the festivals and different things going on. So I got an exposure to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was so focused on ministry at the time that I didn't really give that much attention. But
Mm-hmm.
but I still wanted to be a part of it as much as I could.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I did as much as I was able to. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Then in 2016, I was talking to my son, and I said I need to get more plugged into the Caribbean community because there's just I feel like I'm like a fish out of water at times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here and I don't know much is going on, and that's when he told me about you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that's when I made contact and met you, and then it blossomed from there, and when I got really plugged in. But up to that point, I was not really plugged in. I had an idea, like I said, through Joyce and do some things, but I wasn't plugged in until I met you and started, expanding my horizon as it relates to the Caribbean community.
Now, you have how many kids? 4?
4.
Right. You have 4 children,
Mhm.
and they are. I'm gonna call Jamaica first. They're Jamaican, Bahamian, Americans, right?
Right.
So, what did you and their mother do to keep them plugged into the heritage of being of Caribbean descent while they were growing up?
Good question. So, in addition to the household, just what we do, the foods and all the rest of it, we made sure we traveled back to Jamaica Bahamas a lot.
Fabulous.
So multiple times a year, and also we'll send them home to spend the entire summer
Okay.
like to the Bahamas with the grandparents.
Mhm.
I didn't have the luxury of my grandparents being in, or parents being in Jamaica to send them home, but we will go back on vacations and spend time and, still having family there. So when we go on vacation, we didn't go on a resort, although we did do that as part of it, but we made sure that we spent time with families, go to the places like that I grew up and introduce them to my culture, introduce them to Jamaica, introduce them to prominent people in Jamaica so they could get a good feel for Jamaica.
Okay.
So in addition to what we're doing at home, we made sure we did a lot of traveling back home.
Okay.
And so I sound biased, but most of our vacations was Bahamas and Jamaica.
There's nothing wrong with that. You want
Yeah.
to make sure your kids understand
Exactly.
where they're from, right?
Exactly. And, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Were you gonna?
And because of that, my kids are more Caribbean than they are American.
Okay.
And they will tell you that in a heartbeat.
Okay.
My son, for example, lives across from me. He flies a Jamaican flag, like proudly.
Right.
Outside of his home, his Jamaican flag is flying. So that's how
So they stay plugged in
stay
currently.
plugged in,
Okay.
and I oftentimes say they're more Jamaican than me.
Mhm.
Just just how immersed they're into the culture, and into
Fabulous.
the foods and everything, the music. And the other day I was talking to my son. I said, "Have you heard about this artist?" And I thought I was introducing a new song to him. But he knew that a long time ago. I felt so like, okay, I'm sorry.
Oh wow, that's too funny.
He was way ahead of me. He was way ahead of me.
Do they participate by choice in any of the Caribbean events or anything Caribbean that our region has to offer or our area, our city has to offer? Do they participate in those?
To my knowledge, they do.
Okay.
And they say they have. And they say they do, and that's how they stay up to date. I couldn't recite exactly all that they do.
Right.
But yes, to answer the question,
And they
yes.
still travel back
And they
home?
still travel back home.
Fabulous.
A lot, independent of us.
Good job,
themselves.
Daddy. Good job.
By
Good
themselves.
job.
So, yeah. As a matter of fact, they're in the process of getting their passports, for Jamaican passports, because
All right.
they
No.
identify.
Okay. All right. We're not going to talk about traveling.
Right.
We're going to talk about
Exactly.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
That's how much they want it.
Okay. So we're going to talk about you now.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me some of and you can name drop organizations, you can name drop people, you can name drop events. What excites you about being Caribbean and being exposed to the Caribbean community here in Metro Detroit?
So, I have to go back and I have to say this in order for it to make sense. So, I was born on the very day that Jamaica gained independence from Britain.
Mm-hmm.
And so I take that as a badge of honor.
Mm-hmm.
That it's not by mistake I was born on that day.
True.
And so, and also because of that, it gives me a certain pride,
Mm-hmm.
and not a negative pride,
Mm-hmm.
but a pride that's almost like I have a responsibility to be an ambassador, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because of that, I try to stay plugged in.
Mm-hmm.
I try to do what I can to, not just Jamaica, but the Caribbean in general,
Mm-hmm.
and altogether. So, yeah, that's just kind of my motivation
Okay.
of why I try my very best to make people know proudly. So when I talk with people, a lot of times I get mocked that I don't talk Jamaican. Like, what do you mean don't talk Jamaican?
Right.
Or and stuff like that. But
Or you don't look Jamaican.
or I don't look Jamaican,
Right.
exactly. Like, what Jamaican supposed to look like? But I make it known wherever I, no matter what circles I'm in,
Mhm.
or that I'm Jamaican.
Right.
And somehow I try to make sure that goes in.
How is that received?
Very well, actually.
Yeah.
Very well.
Do you normally carry some food or something to entice them with why it goes over so well?
No. It's just
Okay.
that I
Invite them and bring
find.
them some white rum, or I'm just asking
Right.
why it always goes so well.
So it's like you find a way of just inserting it.
Okay,
Is what it is. So let's say we talk about food. I said, "What you ever had Jamaican food?"
gotcha.
And like what? So I'd find a way of
Gotcha,
inserting
gotcha.
the Jamaican. I wouldn't just beat somebody over the head with it. No.
Oh, I would.
But,
Sorry.
but I find a very tactful way of inserting it to let them know, that I'm Jamaican because I'm proud of it.
Okay.
I'm
And you
proud of
still
it.
didn't answer my question.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry.
So I said, tell us some of the events, some of the organizations, you know what I mean? Some of
Right,
the
right,
people
right.
that have enhanced your experience of being Caribbean
Right.
here in Metro Detroit.
Right. Sorry.
Like
I
some of the
apologize for
festivals,
saying
the
it.
picnics, those kinds of things.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about
Right.
that.
So of course, and I'm not saying this because of you, but being involved with the Caribbean Community Service Center
Mhm.
and everything that the Caribbean Service Center does, kind of exposed me to the other partners such as the WIAA,
Mhm.
such as the West Indian Picnic that we have
Mhm.
at the Rouge Park, the festival that we have, that Richard puts on with in the town in the midtown here,
Mhm.
with the floats.
A
and
long
all of
time
that.
you not got a festival, you think say I'm midtown right there.
No. She ain't gonna get me in this one either. But yeah, so the certain events, I mean, places like, Colas who, when they have all the different
That's
events.
a good one, yeah.
Yeah, so, I try to stay plugged in as much as I can. Unfortunately, I don't get the chance to do everything that I want to do because of other obligations.
Right.
But yeah, so certain events around town, I try to
Okay.
attend as much as I
So
can.
what I would say back here, a birdie tell me say
Mhm.
that there's this spot on the east side of Detroit that you spend a lot of time at.
Yes.
Tell me about that spot.
Okay, so there's a place on the east side called First Place Lounge,
Okay.
and Delroy Thomas, the proprietor.
Okay.
He's Jamaican, of course, Jamaican
Okay.
owned,
All right.
and First Place Lounge has been around since the 1960s.
Okay.
So Delroy acquired that place in about maybe 14 years now, I think, when he acquired it, and he tries to have a Jamaican flavor to it.
Got it.
And so I'm very instrumental in being his
Maitre d',
sidekick.
are you
Sidekick,
the host that invite the people in? And,
yeah, I guess
Okay.
you could say his sidekick.
Okay.
So I'm unofficially employed by him.
Okay, got it.
So I'm not employed, but I'm there all the time.
Mhm.
Also to expand his brand, but he has, down at Thomas McGee's when he
Okay.
had Thursday. Thomas McGee's has the smoke and vinyl, so we go down and provide the food
Got
every
it.
Thursday. Every Lions game, home
Mhm.
game, we're down there to provide the food. So he's my brother from another mother, so I try to be there as much and to support him as much as I can.
Okay.
So First Place Lounge, so like for example, every Thursday night is Jerk Chicken Night, and they have a DJ and all of that. We talk blues on Thursday.
Okay.
On Friday he will have curry goat,
Mhm.
oxtail, that type of and curry chicken.
Okay.
Friday and Saturday. So getting that Jamaican flavor out.
Right.
And so that's also a platform for me to let people know about Jamaica.
Right.
As a matter of fact, a lot of people, as a result of us just talking about Jamaica a lot in that environment, we've had a lot of people visit Jamaica as a result.
Y'all are good ambassadors.
So we're being ambassadors. We're trying to be ambassadors.
All right. So I wanted to find out where currently, because I think you're retired,
Right.
right?
Right.
How are you doing in the cold weather when you could be in warmer weather now that you're retired?
Right.
And is there a transition plan for you to, a lot of us come up here and work our money in hopes that we'll go back to our home countries to retire, right?
Right.
Is that even on your list?
It is on my list.
Okay.
However, it is. I have about 2 or 3 more years to go before that is executed.
Okay.
So my dream is to move back to Jamaica.
Okay.
Everyone tell me I'm crazy, all that stuff, because why? I've been living here longer than I've lived in Jamaica. I lived in
Right.
Jamaica for 19 years. I've been here for 44 years. So
Right.
why? But I go home a lot.
Okay.
So although I live here, I have the best of both worlds. Now, yes, the reason why I say about 3 more years, I have a granddaughter, and this thing sounds selfish,
Right.
but I think that it's important for me to get to build my bond with her the first 5 to 6 years of her life, so that when I moved to Jamaica,
Carry her with you.
well, there you go.
So you wanted your kids to go there. Carry her
There
with
you
you.
go. There you go. So, but yeah, so I just wanted, create that bond with her. With those years, and then about another 3 years or so. But I'm making plans as we speak and doing
Okay.
things. So in 3 years, it's possible that I might be moving to Jamaica. But
Okay.
moving to Jamaica, I will not. I will not be in Jamaica. 12 months a year.
Right,
It-
right.
It would be back and forth.
Okay, all right.
So
That makes a lot of sense.
call me a snowbird, I guess.
No, that's
maybe, at
okay.
that
Just
point.
let me know where you
A
live.
snowbird.
I don't care. You call
Yeah.
yourself snowbird, any kind of bird. Just let me
Yeah.
know so I can jump on the
Exactly.
bird to meet you in
There you go.
Jamaica.
So that's my plan.
Okay,
Yeah,
fabulous.
absolutely.
So we're gonna wrap up now. I want to first thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for what you do for our community. I want to give you an opportunity to have some closing words, and if you want, you can big up your daughter music. Don't tell don't tell her I told you to do it.
Right,
But
right.
big up your daughter music and your son who is the musician, producer, so and so and so and so.
Okay.
So this is an opportunity to kind of celebrate your children by telling the people how you, from a small island, have come here and expanded your legacy by raising children with Caribbean heritage that are doing big things in America.
Thank you. So, like you said, I have 4 children. I have 3 boys and 1 girl. My daughter, she is the baby. She turned 29.
Anna Banana.
She turned 29.
She
in
cannot be that
December.
old.
Yes, she turned 29. December. I can't, and she's a baby.
Yeah.
So I have a son who's 39, will be 40 in December. He's the oldest, Wayne Jr., call him AJ. Dante, he's 28. And Yuri is 30. And Anna's 29. So, yeah.
Stepping stones,
Stepping
bro.
Stone. Yep. They're all musicians, actually.
Okay.
They're all musicians. So Anna plays the guitar and the keyboard. Yuri, my
She's a
second.
heck of an artist.
And she's
too.
an artist.
Yeah,
she's a
heck of a
vocalist, and she has a few albums out. Anna Amoy is that's her handle. I don't remember her Instagram handle off the top of my head, but she's on Instagram and.
You can send me the information and I can add it to the description of the video.
yeah. So Yuri, he plays the cello, the keyboard, and Dante plays the bass,
Okay.
and AJ plays the drums and the keyboard.
You have a whole band,
And
man.
I have a whole band. So,
When
yeah.
you're going to do a performance,
Right.
I'll be there.
Yeah. So they are a couple of musicians. AJ, he does plays with a lot of bands around town.
Okay.
For example, we have a lot of prominent artists come to town, and they need a drummer.
Okay.
Like J-Lo or Common, and then they will reach out to him to be the drummer, and so bringing a lot of all their equipment and musicians.
Okay.
So he would play for them. So they are accomplished in their own right.
Okay.
AJ, he has a nonprofit called Decipher.
Yes.
Right.
Right. Okay.
And so he's responsible for, like in East Warren, how the events they have in the
With
summer.
the food trucks
With the
and
food trucks and all
okay.
that. So he's responsible for the entertainment, for bringing all entertainment. His organization is responsible for that. So
Okay.
I'm very proud of them. And in everything they do, they're trying to immerse the Caribbean culture
Fabulous.
into their work.
Fabulous.
So
Can you sing, play an instrument? Where them get the talent them from?
God has a good filter. So for me, people say I can, but I don't think I can.
Okay.
I played the drums growing up, and so that's why I started AJ on the drums, because that's the instrument that I
fabulous
played.
drummer.
He's a fabulous drummer. He is taken to a whole new level. I don't know if I can play the drums anymore, but that he's doing it for both he and I. So all our kids got formal music lessons when they were young.
Got it.
And they gravitated towards their own instruments. And so even while in the church, they were doing their thing in the church. So yeah, they have paved a path for themselves.
All right.
That I'm very proud
Have
of.
great parents.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, again, It's fabulous having you on our platform. Have Delroy reach out to me. I'd
Okay.
love for him for us to sit and talk to him.
Absolutely.
We can even probably go to his spot.
That'd be even
Yeah,
better.
when he doing
even
one of
better.
them food nights. What you
Yeah.
think?
I'm
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, we're gonna do a road
yeah.
trip up
Road
to
trip.
first place.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. we can do
So
that.
without further ado, thank you again so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
I'll be out there. You know how we be out there. Summertime about to happen, so all the Caribbean people gonna be out there. So
yes.
without further ado, until next time, peace.
Peace. Thank you.